My name is Joe Masiello, and welcome again to my online ministry. As far as what we were talking about before in the past, if the question is, if the devil makes us a victim, what in turn is he trying to prevent happening? In what way? He wants to operate in a mannerism that's going to prevent God's glory from being taken place as a result. He wants to prevent of the inheritance that belongs to us. And what I mean by that is, if you think, yeah, I know, because, I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, I know, I'm going to get my inheritance when I die. If you're waiting for your inheritance when you're going to land up passing away, the only thing I can tell you is you're never going to get it. It's not going to happen. The prize is everlasting life. The inheritance is in the now. And I can prove this because the Word says so. It talks about in the Bible. You ever notice when people are innocent and they do not do the inquiry? Not only are they innocent from the judgment, but they don't have to know the intelligence of the way that we have to go find out from the tree of knowledge. And for some reason, they are always safe. Who's protecting them? You know who's protecting them? The Lord. And more importantly, they're not a part of the multitude. The multitude says they have faith. And that, yes, I have faith. I believe in God. But when do they go to God? When do they put God first? They do it when they have a problem and they're boxed in and they have nowhere to go but to ask for God. Then, finally, they receive. And do you notice when you get that mercy, something changes. Something is different. You're all of a sudden now in God's reality. You now have what we call the inheritance. However, you don't have to be the multitude and go through the pain and to learn and have it for the brief amount of time and walk away. Real love is something I'm finally learning about. This is real love. You ready? This is going to blow your mind. Love is suffering long and it is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. It is not puffed up. Does not behave rudely. Does not seek its own. It is not provoked. Thinks no evil. Does not rejoice in inquiry, but rejoices in the truth. Bears all things. Believes all things. Hopes all things. Endures all things. Love never fails, but whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Where there are tongues, they will cease. Where there is knowledge, it will vanish away. That's a lot of things. Well, that's different. That's God's love. We're dealing with human love, and human love is very different. That it is. I always had a problem in the past in regards to I would love the wrong person and the right people I wouldn't love. And we're going to get more into that another time. However, I will say this much. I realized what real love is all about. And in turn, I realized what the truth about God is about. And about the inheritance that we can all partake in. I didn't understand why I would love somebody and being treated like crap. And it's very interesting because for me, when I would go to love somebody in the beginning, it would be pure. It was honest, but the problem was later on, I wasn't getting back what I wanted in return, and I put up with it, and I put up with being treated like crap because that is the most important thing to me, not being treated like crap. Everybody has something, whether that they want more than anything in this world. For some people, it's money. For some people, it's fame. Uh, for some people, it's the most amount of toys is important to them. For me, the most important thing to me was love. To have the kind of love that I wanted, to have the kind of marriage, with the family, for me to be with my soulmate. And it was always very difficult for me to deal with. And I realized something is the people that I love and is treating me like crap, and I say I want to be with a good Christian woman, the people I'm loving, these are no more than really God's enemies. They do what they want. They take what they want. They're not sorry or necessarily remorseful. These are the people of the earth. Now, was I any different for seeking what I wanted and not putting God first? Very interesting. However, what even drove me to that pain in the first place to even deal with that and not love the right kind of people? Well, the people who do know how to love and do know how to put God first. How could I even be attracted to them when they're seeking the fruits of the Spirit and I was seeking the fruits? I was seeking the tree of knowledge. And the reason why I was seeking the tree of knowledge is because when I wanted something in return, that love reciprocated to me in return, it was because I didn't put God first. I didn't put Him first. So like that, my needs was not taken care of. Because my faith was not in the Lord. My faith is what somebody else could do for me. Is what I could get from another person. Is where I had that faith from. But it's very interesting. When I put God first, now it says, seek the kingdom of heaven and it will be given to you. Yeah, give it to Him, He'll give it to you. Wrong. Seek God first and it will be given to you. When you seek God, it becomes more important than what you wanted. Like that, say it is the love. Like that, God will work through you so you can give to the love to the others. Like that, you're being taken care of. Your needs are being taken care of. Like that, your faith, you don't have to rely that on someone else because you have the faith in God's hands. And when we're in pain, and we have to seek the tree of knowledge, so this way we can maintain that control, which drives us crazy. And we land up falling for somebody who is of the flesh. We don't deal with that problem anymore. Because now we have the ability to love. What you call is, it's a miracle. This person's healed. God worked through me. It's really nothing more than the reality. And from there, you're no longer part of the multitude. Now, what some people would say is called the disciple. Or more or less, now you're walking in God's reality because you're walking in the Spirit. Because your faith is in the Lord and it's working through you of what you could do for others because your faith is